Hello, everyone, and welcome to Police Off the Cuff, Real Crime Stories. I'm your host, retired NYPD Sergeant Bill Cannon, a 27-year veteran of the NYPD. Folks, I want to hope everyone and wish everyone a great holiday weekend. Thanksgiving is now over, of course. I know many people probably still sleeping with their belly about 2 inches larger, but the world of news doesn't stop, and I thought we'd give a update today on what's going on with Hana Kobayashi, and we discussed it in sort of a bit of depth yesterday, myself and Professor Mike Geary. And there's numerous things about this case that's bothersome to me, and of course, just all the circumstances. Yes, Hana Kobayashi, the search continues. Frankly, it makes no sense at all. Her flying to LA, missing her flight, accidentally on purpose, all of a sudden disseminating somewhere into the LA community, being seen numerous times, a couple of Venmo scams where she lost all her money. And I told you yesterday, and myself and Professor Mike Geary discussed it, that our thoughts is that there is a drug or mental illness angle here. And if this upsets people, that's too bad. We got to look into what this case actually is. One of the other big problems I have with this case is that there's too many spokespeople for the family. You need one spokesperson, one. Because when you have multiple, the stories change all the time. And then the media just seems to be jumping all over the human trafficking side. She was kidnapped. To me, and I'll put this out there, and people again are going to be upset, it seems like she's been voluntarily missing. And what is that indicative of? Well, I think it's indicative of alcohol, drugs, and or a combination of all of them of mental illness. I received a confidential anonymous email from someone saying that, yes, she does. I know her. I know the family. That doesn't mean I can't vet this person to say, tell you what they said in the email, but I can just say that they said that there is a drug angle. There is a drug problem here. And what better place to meet other drug people than around the nefarious people that you're going to meet at a transportation hub, right? And she obviously met some of these people, and that she's missing. And yes, it's dangerous out there. This is a dangerous world we live in, you know? And then the twist, her father, Ryan, allegedly, according to the news, commits suicide by jumping off a building. Many people find that difficult to believe. Did that actually happen? Or was Ryan Kobayashi pushed off the building? Obviously, he loves his daughter. He flew from Hawaii to LA to search for her, was there for 10 days. And then at some point, he can't take it anymore and he jumps off a building. Is that what we're supposed to believe? Is that maybe what happened? So the twists and turns here, it's just a little bit too much. There's too many possibilities here. There's too many things that don't make any sense whatsoever. And Sherry Gould, very perplexing case. 100%, it absolutely is. And also, Sherry Gould says, good morning from snowy New Hampshire. Hope some others join who are not all Sherrys. Haha. Yeah, the people will join. This is an unannounced show. Look, we can conjecture, we can guess what happened to her, but we're all hoping and praying that Hannah is found alive and in relatively good condition, you know. Talks to angels from the chat. Good morning. I missed last night's show, so no clue what is going on. So, you know, folks, I can give another synopsis of what got us here, and what got us here, of course. The sister of Hana Kobayashi, her name is Cindy, said on Wednesday that the cryptic text messages Hana's family received may have been sent by someone else, adding that it feels like someone was controlling her. Intuitively knowing her and being so close to her my entire life, I just know this is absolutely not like her, according to Cindy Kobayashi. The family, of course, continues to search for Hana, who was last seen in LA on November 11th. So the more time that goes by, the more likely it is that something really bad happened, The family members are receiving thousands of tips, and they remain hopeful about finding her, though they're cautious about releasing details to protect their ongoing investigation. I don't know why, again, this is a missing person case. I don't know why everybody is being so secretive. What we want the pictures out there of who she's with, of the people that she is with, because ultimately someone could identify them. We hear that old expression from 9/11. If you see something, say something. And that's what we would be depending on. Someone seeing something, someone saying something, and helping this investigation to find Hana Kobayashi. So folks, hold on to your hats, hold on to your loved ones, hold on to your wig, your toupee. You're about to enter true crime from a police perspective. You're about to enter the off-the-cuff zone. The police off-the-cuff zone.
There has to be some common sense.
They were the ones who called 911 to get him help, and now they're calling for change.
And now, a word from our sponsor, Bet Online. This Thanksgiving holiday, why not head to the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting? Bet Online. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, Bet Online provides you with constant real-time odds and action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds in everything from football, NBA and college basketball, NHL to UFC and boxing, head to the website today to see why Bet Online is America's most trusted site for online wagering. Bet Online, the game starts here. So, folks, in the hunt, the search for Hana Kobayashi, we hope that the police have a lot of people out there searching for her, but LA's a big town. LA's got a lot of crime. I don't know how many people are out there, how many people are involved in this search, how many investigators are on this case. But what we do know is Hana Kobayashi is still missing.
In Hawaii is searching desperately for a loved one after her trip to take her new job turned into a missing persons case. The family says 30-year-old Hana Kobayashi was heading to New York City and vanished during a layover in Los Angeles. That was followed by another family tragedy. Andres Gutierrez spoke with the missing woman's sister.
I will not give up until I find her.
Cindy Kobayashi says her sister Hannah, an aspiring photographer, left Maui for New York City to start a new job on November 8th. After missing her connecting flight in Los Angeles, her family thought she was going to take a later flight and go sightseeing.
Here's the LeBron James event.
The next day, she was spotted at a Nike event at the Grove Shopping Mall. But soon after, Hannah's family became concerned.
We started getting cryptic messages. There was things saying that she felt unsafe, she was afraid.
One text read, "I just finished a very intense spiritual awakening. I'm heading back to the airport. I might need some help getting there."
On November 11th, Hannah went radio silent. On that same day, security cameras at this tram stop near the Crypto.com arena captured her leaving with a stranger. Her family and volunteers have flooded the area with these missing persons flyers with the hope that her face can jog someone's memory.
Hannah's father, Ryan, traveled to Los Angeles to find her.
Please come back, Hannah. You know, so many people love you.
Nearly 2 weeks into the search, he was found dead near a parking lot near LAX. The coroner determined he died by suicide.
I think that my dad had sleep deprivation. He wasn't eating, taking care of my family and everyone else before himself. And I think it just broke him.
LAPD said they're investigating but would not comment any further.
I'm trying to stay as strong as I can for my family, especially with my dad's passing. That's literally what's keeping me motivated for the search for my sister.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Anders.
So, again, no further along the way. Someone in the chat, Xander's Miranda, there's a YouTube who made contact with Jonathan Taylor. Right. The Venmos are 2 scam addresses, and whoever sets that up is able to steal the money, somehow get it into their account. So, right, it's obviously a scam artist, and that's not going to help the police find Hannah. But we know that she was scammed, and she's out there with no money. She's out there. Xander's Miranda, according to he lives in Settle, Texas, and is in the hospice for a brain injury. It all makes sense regarding the eerie text messages. He made contact with the police and is yet to hear from them. So, no, Xander's, I'm not doubting what you say is true. I'm just saying the whole thing with the Venmo is a scam, and the people at the end of it have nothing to do with it. It's the person that is stealing the money from her Venmo. Donnie does dishes. Yes, this is very sad. Hannah, Sweet Leaf. Hannah, with daddy committed suicide. Why culture? Ohana, Hawaiian song. This is why you're not going home without Hannah. Sweet Leaf, aloha, goodbye. Aloha and goodbye. Yes, but I think what's really important is that we don't go into the sort of get hysterical with this. This is a missing person case, all right? The answer is out there. We need to keep searching. We need to search for Hannah. We need to find her. And the only way is to keep the pressure on, to keep her picture out there, to keep it in the news, to keep it in the media, keep the personnel out there from the LA Police Department. But again, it's to be realistic. They're not going to assign their entire police force to this case. There's a retired police detective from LA talking about Hannah Kobayashi in this little clip.
So my name is Moses Castillo. I'm a retired detective supervisor with the Los Angeles Police Department. I was with the Los Angeles Police Department for over 30 years. I retired almost 5 years ago. This coming March will be 5 years. That ever since I retired, I've been helping families who have reached out to me because of my presence in social media to help them find their missing loved ones. Well, I could tell you that this investigation has a lot of twists and turns, and unfortunately already led to the tragedy of Hannah's father. So Hannah, a 31-year-old female out of Maui, Hawaii, was in contact with her uncle and aunt from New York, and they were going to meet for the Thanksgiving holidays. And so they were expecting her to arrive sometime last week or so, and she never did. And when they started calling her, or actually there was a moment in time when she texted her aunt and uncle something expressing some sort of crisis, some sort of concern that she had. Hannah expressed that she was afraid for her safety and that she was afraid that somebody was going to steal her identity or take some of her money, something along those lines. And then then she went silent. So after that, after that communication of distress, her communication went silent, and that's where the family got concerned. They reached out to the authorities, and because it happened in LAX then handed off that jurisdiction to the Los Angeles Police Department to initiate that missing persons investigation, and that began in November 8th. So now we're, pre-Thanksgiving Day, and she's still missing, unaccounted for. But now we have the tragedy of her father. Now it's an official notification from the coroner's office that they are ruling that a suicide. And I did get information shortly thereafter, the very next day of when this happened. And I got to tell you, it's just heartbreaking after a heartbreak. I can't even begin to imagine dealing with the fact that you're missing a loved one who's 31 years old, beautiful young girl who has everything going for her, just vanished. And then during that search, her father felt so much pain that he couldn't bear life anymore. And he felt that the only way out was this act of suicide. And I got to tell you, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And if that's you and you're hearing this, please reach out for help. It's not the answer.
I sort of getting away from her being missing. I don't want to get too deep into that. We know the tragedy with Hana Kobayashi's father. This whole case is tragic, but the problem is someone just put in the chat. Again, Xander Miranda, thank you for the information you're putting forth. We still do not know who the man was seen in the video. He sent a picture to this Jonathan, who connected with him as he was looking for spiritual reading. Xander's Miranda, the guy who's seen in the picture, he's obviously a scam artist. So it's like finding him is important. Those other people at the end of these texts, at the end of these Venmos, they probably know nothing about this, and the whole story that's made up is all part of his scam. What we need to do and concentrate on is finding Hana Kobayashi. Long Beach hippie, twin flames has to be looked in. I guarantee she was deceived and taken advantage of through this group cult. Seems like a lot of clues lead that way. Well, I had said, here's another text. That lady Cole, I saw a video with the sister, and she said the video with Hannah and a man isn't true. Look, that's why I think you need one person in the family to be the spokesperson. There's too much moving parts here. And how do you say that the picture of her with this man in the video isn't true? Was it developed by AI? We're going to go down that road too. We have to believe what we're seeing, and something. And there isn't one cohesive. There's no spokesperson yet that's come forward from the police. There hasn't been a police press conference, has there? No, there has not. So how can we believe all these rumors, all of these YouTube rumors, all of these things we're hearing from different television stations? Because many members in the family are speaking, and it's not one cohesive voice. And yes, they are all upset. This man, Ryan Kobayashi, the father, is dead. And the daughter, Hana Kobayashi, is missing. And we can fear the worst because she's in the company of most likely bad people. Not good people is she hanging with here. So one of the things I think that would be great is that if people, civilians, citizens, friends, family members would volunteer their time and help the family find her, because there's not enough police personnel to do these searches. So I believe what is necessary is for volunteers to get forward, put together. And something, you're going to go into parts of this city that are not nice, and dangerous even. That's why strength in numbers, if civilians, if friends, family volunteer to help out, strength in numbers to go into these places, because they're dangerous places. And that's most likely where she's going to be found.
Hana Kobayashi was last heard from on November 11th after missing a connecting flight from Los Angeles to New York 3 days before. The 30-year-old's disappearance has taken tragic twists and turns, from confusing text messages to the death of her father. On November 8th, Hana left her home in Maui and arrived in LA for her connecting flight to New York at 11 p.m. But Hana never made it, despite reportedly booking tickets worth hundreds of dollars for events in the city. The following day, when she was supposed to land at JFK Airport in New York, she is seen at a bookshop around an hour from Los Angeles International Airport. On November 10th, 2 days after missing her connected flight, a string of cryptic messages was sent from her phone, sparking huge concern from family and friends. In these messages, Hannah says she was scared about someone trying to steal her money and identity. Hannah's mum, Brandy Yee, had messaged her to see if she had landed in New York and received a 2-worded reply saying, "Not yet." Hannah also sent an eerie text to her friend saying, "I got tricked pretty much into giving away all my funds for someone I thought I loved." Another message reportedly referenced a spiritual awakening and featured an apology for acting crazy. Hannah's worried aunt, Larry Pigeon, said one of the final messages she was sent from the missing woman spoke about the Matrix. The mystery deepened when she was seen at a Nike event in LA that same day. By Monday 11th, Hannah's phone placed her back at LAX and she posted a picture on her Instagram of the Nike event. Her phone was then switched off. A missing persons report for Hannah was filed 2 days later on after family members couldn't get through to her. Hannah's heartbroken sister, Sydney Kobayashi, has since said that the text may have been sent by someone else, admitting that she was starting to feel uneasy in light of the messages. Speaking to News Nation, she said she feels like someone was controlling her, adding that she knows this is absolutely not like her. Hannah's aunt Larry travelled to Los Angeles with fellow family members, including Hannah's dad Ryan, as the search for the young woman ramped up. Hannah's family revealed they saw her in surveillance footage from November 11th that hasn't been released to the public, saying she didn't look well. They fear she may have been abducted or trafficked. Hannah was spotted at the Metro Pico station in downtown Los Angeles and was reportedly seen with another unknown person in the footage at 10:03 p.m. As the search continued, 17 days after Hannah missing her connected flight, her dad Ryan was tragically found dead in a parking lot in Los Angeles. The LA County Medical Examiner ruled his death as suicide. His heartbroken family say he bottled up his emotions as he tirelessly searched for his daughter. A GoFundMe page set up after Ryan's passing read, "He has been living his absolute worst nightmare since Hannah's disappearance, and now with his passing, our family is grappling with unimaginable grief." Ryan was said to have scoured some of LA's most dangerous neighborhoods in a bid to find Hannah. Hannah's aunt Larry told the New York Post, "Imagine looking in places like Skid Row, picturing his daughter being sex trafficked, not getting sleep. He just broke." Skid Row has long had a reputation for being seedy and dangerous and has a significant concentration of unhoused people since the Great Depression. In another tragic twist, the US Sun exclusively reported how 2 Venmo payments were sent to a man and a woman on November 9th. Her families say they didn't recognize the names of the people who were wired money. Hannah's aunt Larry confirmed to the US Sun that the family had seen the payments and allegations she met with a scammer. She said, "We have been made aware and so have the LAPD. It's in their hands. We are also now encouraging people from across the nation to keep an eye in case she has been taken outside of California." As of November 28th, Larry revealed there have been new sightings of her missing niece as police pursue what she calls really credible leads. She told Maui News that she is hopeful the new sightings could eventually bring Hannah home as the grieving family continue their desperate search.
So, folks, that's a pretty good update. So, but what we must do is also just keep an open mind that, of course, anything could have happened to her. Could she have been human trafficked? Yes. Could she have been kidnapped? Yes. Is she somewhere in a bad place in LA? I think so. But again, we must look at the angle of there potentially could be a drug angle here. And because it seemed like, at least in the very beginning of this investigation, that Hannah Kobayashi was voluntarily missing, like she wasn't being held against her will. It seemed like she was moving around voluntarily. So to me, that says some other things, but having said that, I hope and pray that we find Hannah Kobayashi, and when we find her alive and we find her okay, and she's brought home to Maui. Folks, this is Police Off the Cuff Real Crime Stories. If you like real crime and you're not a member, hit that subscribe button on the screen. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the like button. Share us with your friends and your family. If you want to contribute to us financially, we have a Patreon with 4 different levels. We also have a YouTube channel membership with count 'em, 5 different levels, and you can join the Police Off the Cuff family just by going on our YouTube and becoming a member. So this case, it seems even more tragic when just one more thing from the chat. She could be very well alive. There's still hope. Just one more thing. I'm not giving up hope. I believe that she still is alive. I just believe she's in a bad situation. And someone that sees her has to help her get out of that situation. There's a lot of creeps out there, There's a lot of bad people out there. There's a lot of people that will take advantage of a woman like her, and I think that the truth is somewhere between what we're hearing and what we know. And I don't think we're hearing all the truth from the family. And perhaps the LA detectives do know all the truth, but we certainly don't. It hasn't. Because as I said, I told you about, I got an anonymous email talking about there is a drug angle here, that Hannah does have a drug issue. And again, this is not vetted. This is from an anonymous person that didn't want to be identified, which is fine with me. And there is apparently, how does that help us? Well, it helps us by knowing who and where she may be hanging. And the other thing was, we spoke about it, her phone is off, but the police, through a search warrant and through technology, can search the text messages, the calls, and that's what they really need to do in this case. Search those things and see who she was in contact before she went to LA. This is Brian
Kobayashi, a 30-year-old woman from Hawaii who went missing 15 days ago on her way to visiting her aunt in New York. Here's what we know. It was on Friday, November 8th, Hannah flew from Maui to Los Angeles and missed her connecting flight to New York. Saturday, November 9th, Hannah was seen at the Grove Shopping Mall. It's a popular mall in downtown LA, where she went to a bookstore to charge her phone. Sunday, November 10th, Hannah went back to the Grove and was seen in the background of a video attending a LeBron James event. Then on Monday, the 11th, Hannah went back to the airport. At some point, she sent some very concerning texts. She was saying that she was scared and had been tricked, quote, into giving away all my funds for someone I thought I loved. That same night, Hannah was reportedly seen leaving the airport with an unidentified person. But later that night, surveillance video, which has not been released, shows Hannah at a train station, also with an unidentified person. I spoke to Hannah's aunt a few days ago about the video. Take a listen.
There's no reason that Hannah would go there unless she was misled, unless she was forced to, or unfortunately now we're thinking unless she was drugged. It made us extremely alarmed to the point where we started sounding the alarm as loud as we could.
What, after seeing the video, you mean?
Yes.
It's already such a sad situation, and now there's another twist to the story. Hannah's father, Ryan, who had gone to LA to search for his daughter, has taken his life. He was actually supposed to be on with me too, and was feeling emotional, and now we find out that he has committed suicide. And now here to help us make some sense of all of this is former FBI agent, News Nation Law and Justice contributor Jennifer Coffendorfer, and Dog the Bounty Hunter, who actually knows.
I actually can't watch this again. I played it yesterday, and they don't come up with any new ideas, new solutions, new theories of what perhaps occurred. So how bizarre is it, though, that the father, Ryan Kobayashi, goes there and then takes his own life? That's, I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. From the chat, Foxy Amazon. I'm a Los Angeles native. Pico Union is super dangerous for a woman to walk around alone, especially at night. Thank you, Foxy Amazon, for that information. Teskira. She said she couldn't go to the police, which made me think she was maybe trying to buy something illegal. Teskira, yeah, there's a lot of things here that are unsaid, that are the elephant in the room at 100%. Foxy Amazon again. Also, she's not walking this. She has to be using some kind of transportation. It's like 15 miles from LAX to the Grove and a similar distance from LAX to Pico Union Crypto Arena. Yeah, I mean, look, as I said, I think she's voluntarily missing. But does that mean that she hasn't met some people who are keeping her out there, that maybe she would have come to her senses and maybe sought help and tried to get someone to rescue her? And maybe she doesn't have that opportunity. That's also a possibility. Baba Yaga, someone took her. We don't know that. I mean, we could throw that out there. Many people are throwing that out there. You know, too many people have seen the movie Taken, and everyone wants to believe that, but there's no evidence of that. Kathy Sue, Reseda, California was not safe 40 years ago. Well, it's less safe now, and we have this beautiful young woman from Hawaii who is missing now, and who we're all searching for. There's, of course, her picture getting off the plane, and not much information since her phone went dead. Actually, no information since her phone went dead. So Hana Kobayashi, the search continues. That's all we can keep doing. We can search, we can hope, we can get information out there, we can use the press. I don't know why the picture of the man who she was seen walking with, why that hasn't been put on media. I think that will be a huge help to everyone to see who she's with, and perhaps someone will recognize that person. And someone, again, if you see something, say something, right? And if you don't show the picture of that individual, then the people that see something don't have a chance to say something because you're not sharing it. And I believe that they should share that photo, get it out there, use the eyes and ears of the public to help in this search and find this woman, Hana Kobayashi. Again, the fact that this is the holiday season just is terrible that this is occurring during the holiday season. Here we have the little police off the cuff holiday wreath there, and we wished everyone and their families a happy holiday, happy Thanksgiving. And here we are at this case, and there's nothing going on right now and to help find Hana Kobayashi. The search continues, and hopefully it'll continue until she's found. And I would like nothing better than to report that Hana Kobayashi's been found and she's alive and she's in good condition. That's what we all are hoping for. Of course, the longer she's out there, the more danger she's in. And we still want to remain hopeful, optimistic. And those that live in LA who may have seen Hana, again, if you see something, say something, let the police know. Give the information. I'm sure there's a tips line. Call the tips line. And tragedy and hope amid a heartbreaking search. Again, we hope and we pray that we find Hana Kobayashi. Folks, I just wanted to bring you an update today because there's so many people that absolutely 100% care about this case, care about the whereabouts of Hana Kobayashi, are waiting to hear that she's been found, waiting to hear that she's been rescued, waiting to hear that she's been returned to Maui, to her family. And we all like happy endings. Will we get a happy ending here? I can't guarantee you that, but we're going to be covering it, whatever happens. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in today. Have a wonderful rest of your holiday weekend. I'm Bill Cannon for Police Off the Cuff, Real Crime Stories. Have a great day, everyone.
One episode just ain't enough.